Hello, starting from this video, I decided to give you some interesting information from the field of dating and some interesting and maybe unusual facts that can be useful for you. So today we start with the fact that if you don't know what to wear on a date, what type of clothes, what color to choose, you can try to choose something blue, because studies show that women are often attracted to men in blue. So try it and share with me if it worked. It's interesting to know. And today we talk about the first online video date that you have with your girl, and how to make it the most effective, what to say to have it successful, and what not to do. But mostly we will talk about what to do, what would be the right. So my first advice, and I saw so many dates thanks to my job, offline and online too, is to be yourself and to be sensitive, because you know, every date is still unique. There are different people meeting with different personalities, with different characters, with different type of behavior. And on the one hand, your task is to make a good impression. As they say, the first impression is the last impression. But on the other hand, you should understand if you are a good match. And the first meeting, the first date is already a good step to do so. So you shouldn't be playing any role to be liked. No way. You should be quite sensitive to yourself, what you feel talking to this woman. But of course, being courteous, being well-mannered, being an interesting person to talk to. So first of all, be sensitive to other person, be sensitive to yourself, and be yourself. Second important advice is to arrange the right place for you to have this date. So it should be silent, no one should be running away in your room, and there should be a good light, good camera, good sound, good Wi-Fi connection, so you won't be distracted by some technical issues, but could devote your time fully to talking with this woman. And way. Also, it's important to say you should keep a balance between asking her about her life and about her goals, about her aims for the nearest future, and telling about yourself. I noticed many times that when a man wants to be liked, he sometimes talks too much and only about himself, and he's forgetting to ask her questions. And sometimes after this type of dates, women are left with the question if I'm interested for him at all or not, what's going on, and so on. And they ask out these questions. So keep the balance. Of course, you should be telling about yourself, but don't forget to ask her some questions, to ask her opinion, and so on. Sometimes you can prepare some interesting questions for the first date in case you have a pause, and you can use them. And sometimes it's interesting to ask the person some unusual question, not standard, and to get the answer. So the example of such questions for you is here, I will tell you. So if this date weren't virtual, where would you like to go for the first date? This way you will see what she really likes, and when you maybe plan your first offline meeting, you can invite her to a proper place that she would like. Of course, if you like this place too. Also, it's always a good topic to discuss traveling, some trips, where have you been both, what you liked. If you was in the same city or place, you can discuss how it was, what was the experience of both of you, or you can discuss which countries, which places are you going to visit, if your plans match in this point, and so on. So it's a kind of good topic for the first date. It's not too personal, but at the same time it shows you something about a girl you are talking to. I think it's also a good question to ask her if she is a spontaneous person that prefers to go with the flow in relationships, in everything, or she likes to plan everything ahead. So again, by getting answers for this question, you understand how to deal with her, what she would prefer, and if her personality match to your personality. Because if you are two different opposites in this issue, again, it will be kind of difficult to be together in the future. Let's say you like to plan your trip for 6 months ahead, and she tells you till the last moment, I don't know, we will see, and so on. It will be really difficult to manage. So it's better to ask these questions in the very beginning. This is just basic questions that you can ask, plus to some usual questions that people usually ask each other. So about their children, their work, the exes a little bit. You shouldn't be telling a lot about your ex, especially bad words. Just leave it for other dates if you really need to discuss it, and don't go too much into details. And also, according to many studies, one of turn-off factors for dates is negativity. So when you go to the date, when you are preparing to it, be positive. And the way we think, we often get what we expect. So if you are positive about a date, you think that everything will be good and so on. So you have more chances for success, much more than if you think, oh maybe she's not right for me because of it, because of that, and so on. And I use this principle in my work too. When I have clients who are doubting all the time, they don't know if they want to use the service, they're not sure in success. In this case, I just tell them real facts that I have in my job, what I can. Politics, it's, again, can be a difficult difficult topic to discuss. You can have different points of view, and it can go to some not very pleasant way. So that's my first advice for the first video date that you have with a girl. I hope you will succeed. And when you meet a girl on dating site, try to set up this video date as soon as you can, because you can see the person, you can feel the person a little bit. Of course, you don't feel her like you do in real life, an offline date, but at least to some extent you can see her, you can feel her, and decide if you want to go and meet her in person. Thank you for being with me. Subscribe to my channel and write the comments what other topics are interesting for you, and tell your opinion about the way of holding the first date online. Maybe you have something to add. Goodbye and have a nice day.